Good evening, everybody. I hope all is well. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every person who has subscribed to the channel. Justin and I truly appreciate you all. We definitely thank you for liking the videos as well, and as well as interacting with us on the live streams. It definitely truly means the world to us. If you guys ever have any questions or just want to chat, please feel free to leave a comment or join us in the future live streams. Also, guys, the music heard in the introduction to this video has been brought to you by Guitars and Ghost. Please head on over to his channel, subscribe, and hit those likes, y'all. He is truly an amazing person, as well as a musician. One of the best in our opinion. The link to his channel will be in the description. With all that being said, let's head into another discussion about weather. We are currently tracking yet another storm system, however, this one will be much different from the last one. This one will be bringing in a mixed bag of precipitation, which includes rain, heavy snow, sleet, as well as ice. This system will become what is known as a nor'easter. So basically, guys, a nor'easter is defined as a storm system that tracks partially or fully along the United States eastern coastline. The term nor'easter was coined due to the fact that the winds mainly flow from a northeasterly direction. These types of mid-latitude cyclones usually originate in the latitudes between Georgia and New Jersey, which ranges from 33 degrees north up through 42 degrees north, as well as within 100 miles of the East Coast, either on land or over the ocean. The progression of these storm systems is to the northeast and attain maximum intensity near the New England region. They almost always usher in heavy precipitation events in the form of rain, snow, ice, or sleet, and are coupled with gusty winds in excess of 40 miles per hour and generate rough seas along the coast as well, even in the lakes region, and even cause coastal flooding and erosion. The regions most impacted by these systems include Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, Boston, and all along the I-95 corridor, and yes, even locations such as Pittsburgh are impacted as well. In fact, many of our family members and friends and coworkers have been emailing, texting, calling, and chatting with us to see what's going to happen around Christmas. So guys, a white Christmas has been rumored over the past few weeks within our region, and today we hope to shed some light on this topic by presenting recent model data that has been consistently increasing the confidence of a white Christmas in the Great Lakes, the Mid-Atlantic, and into New England. Before we go forward, this storm system is shown by model data to impact between December 22nd through Christmas Eve into early Christmas morning as it stands at this moment. And guys, definitely remember that the maps you're about to see do not represent a forecast that is set in stone. They merely just represent data coalesced by global models. So guys, let's begin. Let's begin talking about the snowfall we may see in the aforementioned regions. Many areas may receive between 2 and 4 inches of snowfall accumulation. These areas include much of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Michigan, and even into portions of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, northwestern South Carolina, into North Carolina, and even into portions of northeastern Louisiana may also see some snow. So areas which include the city of Pittsburgh, PA, Cleveland, Ohio, Weirton, West Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Hillsborough, Kentucky, Knoxville, Tennessee, Wilkesboro, North Carolina, Blue Ridge, Georgia, Littleton, North Carolina, and into Hagerstown, Maryland, may receive between 3 and 8 inches of snowfall. Cities that may receive greater than 8 inches of snowfall include Somerset, PA, Erie, PA, Oakland, Maryland, Cumberland, Maryland, Morgantown, West Virginia, Grafton, West Virginia, Clarksburg, West Virginia, Harrisonburg, Virginia, Waynesboro, Virginia, Beech Mountain, North Carolina, Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and down through the Smoky Mountains along the Kentucky-North Carolina border. It's definitely interesting to see the models showing snow within locations far to the south, such as in northeastern Louisiana, but that definitely shows the true power of these systems, guys. Also, the models are currently depicting an ice storm developing as well, stretching from Washington, D.C. down through east central Virginia into portions of central North Carolina, and even into extreme portions of northwestern South Carolina. Seeing this ice storm appear on the recent model data is concerning for sure, especially since ice storms with totals as high as a half an inch would totally be catastrophic for these regions, especially those through central North Carolina and northwestern South Carolina. Alright guys, switching gears to the temperature data coupled with the snowfall accumulations, we can definitely observe where the higher snow totals may appear. Given that cold air will be in place over much of the Great Lakes into the mid-Atlantic as well as into New England, it is not shocking at all to see some of these higher values pop up. What is interesting though are the data from northern Georgia into Alabama through northern Mississippi where temperatures may reach down into the teens. Temperatures like this are not uncommon in these areas, however, it is not all the time that we observe this. Alright guys, taking a look at the potential for gusty winds coupled with the snowfall totals, it is likely that a few blizzard or blowing snow advisories may be issued just before or during the passage of the system. Where the higher snow totals are shown, higher wind gusts are also shown. Wind gusts of 50 miles per hour are certainly not out of the question, especially along the coast and through the Appalachian Mountains. This will undoubtedly, if true, create extremely hazard conditions across much of the Northeast, stretching as far south as Georgia. Alright guys, another grueling aspect of this storm will be the wind chill factors expected as well. Below zero wind chill factors also stretch down to northern Georgia, northern Alabama, western North Carolina, and much of Tennessee on Christmas Eve. This could be very well be one of the coldest Christmas Eves on record for many locations. And switching gears now to the actual model data of the track of the storm itself. The model is showing the center of low pressure traversing through northern Georgia into northwestern South Carolina, up through central North Carolina, Delaware, New Jersey, eventually moving over the open waters of the Atlantic. This particular track will bring heavy snow to the Appalachian Mountains as well as through northern West Virginia into portions of southwestern Pennsylvania, through central Virginia, Washington, D.C., eastern Pennsylvania, eastern New York, up through New England. And ice and sleet will be centralized near the center of the low, especially through central North Carolina, central Virginia, into Washington, D.C., even into New Jersey as well. And as stated earlier, the bullseye of ice accumulation, at least at this time, is expected through portions of central North Carolina and Virginia, with some icing possible through northwestern South Carolina up through Washington, D.C., and parts of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York. Alright guys, so for my family and friends who reside in Pennsylvania and have been asking about this potential Christmas storm, this part is definitely for you guys. As mentioned previously, heavy snow is possible from Pittsburgh and points south, especially throughout the night of December 22nd into December 23rd. The Appalachian Mountains to the east will definitely experience heavy snow during this time period as well. And generally, snowfall accumulations across the state look to be between 4 to 9 inches at this time, with locations within the mountainous terrain as well as on the eastern side of the state receiving nearly 2 feet of snow. So that's definitely a lot of snow, guys. And as stated before, the wind chill factor on Christmas Eve throughout Christmas Day may be extremely brutal, with wind gusts as high as 50 miles per hour. Wind chill factors of 10 below zero are not out of the question. On average, though, wind chills will range from -2 or 2 below zero to 7 degrees above zero. So nevertheless, this is truly the first big cold snap of the season for Pennsylvania. Alright guys, taking a look at the Christmas week forecast for Pittsburgh. So on Thursday, December 22nd, we're looking at periods of snow, heavy at times, and a possible travel disruption with a high of 34 degrees. And as moving into the nighttime hours, snow will be heavy at times with a low of 22 degrees. We are expecting, at least from the model data, at least 3 to 6 inches of snow Thursday night into Friday. And moving into Friday, guys, it will be very cold with periods of snow and gusty winds. As I said before, winds may reach 50 mile per hour wind gusts with a high of 22 degrees, so definitely a lot colder. And at night, we're looking at very cold and wind chills below zero, and as well as periods of light snow with a low of 6, guys. So definitely it's going to be a very, very cold night. Make sure you guys have jackets, blankets, have your heaters ready. But it definitely looks like definitely going to be very cold. We're also expecting another 1 to 2 inches of snow throughout that period as well. Taking a look at Christmas Eve, we're looking at very cold temperatures and some light snow in the area, as well as gusty winds. So the winds aren't going to be out of the area just yet, guys. We have a high of 17 on Saturday, on Christmas Eve. We also have low temperatures, frigid low temperatures, with light snow and wind chills also below zero. And we have a low temperature of 8 degrees. And on Christmas, guys, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Still very cold out there with gusty winds. Still gusty winds of 35 to 40 miles per hour aren't out of the question. Just a high of 21 degrees on Christmas. So it's definitely going to be another cold day. And Christmas night, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and definitely going back down into the colder temperatures. We're looking at 11 degrees for the low. At least the snow looks like to be over with at this time, but we're definitely going to still see that snow on the ground, probably persisting for a few days after Christmas. And the day after Christmas on Monday, we're looking at partly sunny skies with flurries in some areas with a high of 28 degrees. And at night, we're looking at mostly clear skies at a low of 19. So it's definitely going to be a very cold forecast next week, especially around Christmas Eve and Christmas as well, where wind chills can dip below zero. And temperatures may not go above 25 degrees here, guys. Alright guys, let's take a look at the Christmas week forecast for the city of the week, which is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So on Thursday, the 22nd, we're expecting cloudy skies with a few rain showers in the area with gusty winds as well. Winds could reach up to 35 miles per hour. We're expecting a high of 53 degrees. And taking a look at Thursday night, we have partly cloudy conditions with rain showers moving into the area again as well. And we have a low of 33, so it's definitely going to be pretty cold down here for Myrtle Beach. Moving into Friday, the 23rd, mostly sunny skies with wind gusts still persisting throughout the area, so 35 to 40 mile per hour winds. And then moving into Friday night, mostly clear skies. It's definitely going to be very cold, guys, especially for South Carolina. We're still going to be dealing with those gusty winds with a low of 25 degrees. Moving into Christmas Eve, we are expecting partly cloudy skies with gusty winds still persistent through the area. However, it looks like the winds are going to be starting to die down around Christmas Eve, especially later into the afternoon hours where the winds, gusty winds could decrease to about 20 miles per hour. We are looking at a high of 36 on Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve into Christmas, we have partly clear skies. Colder temperatures as well. Not as cold as the previous night, but we're expecting a low temperature of 29 degrees. And for Christmas, guys, down here in Myrtle Beach, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, so it's definitely going to be a very pleasant day down here with a high of 40 degrees. And Christmas night, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, so clouds are going to be building into the late afternoon, evening, and into the overnight hours. I'm definitely looking at some chilly temperatures with a low of 33 degrees. At least we made it above freezing here, for sure. That's definitely a good sign. And the day after Christmas, into Monday, the 26th, we're looking at rain showers in the morning, and otherwise mostly cloudy skies with a high of 44 degrees. And at Monday night, we're looking at mostly clear skies, with a low of 36 degrees. Alright guys, thank you all for joining us for another interesting weather briefing. Definitely please hit that subscribe button and enable notifications to ensure you do not miss another update regarding the weather. Remember, the data shown here do not represent a set in stone forecast. We are merely presenting the data from models that are growing more confident that a storm will definitely occur throughout Christmas week. And please tune in next time for more details regarding this potential Christmas storm. We hope you have a good night. And as always, guys, never stop chasing.